Hello, I'm going to take a minute of your time and talk about the dysphagia tray process. My name is Shannon Schrader. I'm one of the central educators here at St. John's Hospital. We're going to watch a short YouTube video about a puree food mold at another hospital.
At St Vincent's, we take patient meals very seriously. We want our patients to receive nutritious food that looks good. Some of our patients can't swallow properly, which presents a challenge. What do you serve someone who can't eat regular meals? Essentially, these patients need their food pureed, and in hospitals, this typically would mean they'd receive a plate with unrecognisable balls of food. To make these meals more appealing and recognisable, St Vincent's got these special trays so we can reshape the puree to look like the food it's made from, be it pumpkin, peas or roast beef. We also added a hospital-grade fortifier to make the meal more nutritious. This helps us meet the nutritional guidelines. More importantly, for patients who find eating already a challenge, it means every mouthful is doing them good. It's just another one of the ways we show our patients that we care.
Okay, so let's talk about the dysphagia tray process at St. John's. So here at St. John's, we want to make sure that all trays are delivered to the North Nurses Station. We don't want to divert trays going into any other station because our unit clerk stationed at the North Nurses Station can help keep an eye on these high priority trays. So what's going to happen is the dining associate is going to call the nurse or the tech assigned to the patient and let them know that the tray is available at the nurse's station. The nurse or tech will then sign the transfer tray log, and they are accepting the responsibility to make sure that the tray then gets delivered to the patient. The nurse or the tech will verify the name and date of birth of the patient before entering the room. And the last thing that the nurse and the tech is going to do is ensure that the meal is acceptable for patient use before entering the room. So this is an example of an incorrect tray. So for those dysphagia patients, it's very important that their meals be prepared in an appropriate consistency. And so the consistency of this gravy here, you can see that it almost looks like there's like chunks of meat in there. This would not be an appropriate tray to bring into a dysphagia patient. And then this is a video. And see how that gravy, it's too watery. So the reason why we came up with this process is so that this important piece here is that the nurse or the nurse tech is ensuring that the meal is acceptable before it enters the patient's room. So when those trays leave dietary, they are checked by a manager, but there's some time from when those trays get up to the unit and then potentially some time when those trays are sitting at the North Nurses Station. And so it's really important that right before we take that tray into the patient room, we take a look and make sure that the tray is still appropriate. They steam the mold to create the food. And so we want to ensure that the steam inside of the tray as it's being delivered or as it's sitting out has not watered down that food. So here's an example of egg. Approved egg that's cooked to the right consistency on the left, and an undercooked, so you see that it's runny. This can put our patients at risk. The same is if we overcook the egg. It's difficult or hard for our patient to chew, and it could become a choking hazard for them. This is an example of French toast. So see how we have some good border edges here? Whereas this undercooked side, it's runny and it's kind of broken out of that edge. This would put our patient at risk. And again, here's an example of a dry or hard puree. The trays are also going to have red mats to help you identify these important trays. So red mats are going to come with any patient that has an allergy, all dysphagia meals, and then high risk, so nectar, honey, thick liquids. And then there's going to be some tabs here over on the side to help you identify patients as well. So yellow is going to be for dysphagia tray, red is for a rush order, blue is disposable trays, and green is a guest tray. If you have any questions, please reach out to the nutrition team. You have some extensions there. I appreciate your time. Thank you.